Well, I've been so fortunate to spend a good chunk of time with you. You've taught me so much about migraines. I really appreciate it. I don't obviously work with tens of thousands of people like you do, but you talk to people, clients have it. You hear about the misdiagnoses and all these things. And you also have cats, right? Do you have a cat? I think
I
you put
do.
on social media. Okay, I describe trying to describe migraines as trying to describe a cat. Like no two cats ever have ever been the same. They are all so weird and different from each other. They have common traits though, and like you said, like one thing that I've noticed with 100% of the people that I've asked this question to over the years, after you taught me this, is people who experience migraines. They are more sensitive to all kinds of different things. Everybody I've asked has said that's the truth. You've also told us about the prodromes, and still, I'm telling you, 100% of the people I ask about it say, nope, I don't have prodromes. Maybe everybody else does, but I don't. And it's so funny. But like I see friends, I would see like the parts of the cat is like, oh, well, it's got a head and a tail and 4 feet and it's furry. And after that, I have no idea how to describe all the differences. It's similar to that. I don't even know how to explain like what migraine is, and it's sounds like it's still so challenging to diagnose. How do you describe if you had a brief time with somebody? How would you describe even what migraine is?
Okay, this is an excellent question. And this is, I think, the heart of the matter because you're completely right. While every cat is different, every cat is still a cat, right? So you still have to have an underlying mechanism that makes that cat cat. And when you're talking to people and they become sensitive to light, it's not that they become sensitive to light. So let me put that up front before I get into the evaluation of what migraine is that because we have a lot more connections in the brain, if you not being a migrainer and me being one, go into a room, the same room, we're holding hands and we're in the same room. And in that room has some kind of light, has some order, has some sound, some music, whatever. You will think, oh, it's a perfect light, perfect order, perfect comfortable temperature, perfect everything. I may go like, oh my God, this light is so strong. Oh my God, I can't stand the noise. And the smell is horrible. So it's not that I'm sensitive to strong light or migraineurs are sensitive to stronger light or stronger sound or stronger anything. Is that we have more sensitivity to the same light because we have a lot more light coming into our brain as a result of the multiple connections between sensory neurons. So there's a lot more chatter about that particular light in our brain. So for us, it appears to be stronger. In addition to this hypersensitized brain that we have that makes us see everything a lot louder and brighter and bigger, we also have a GABA problem. So GABA is a neurotransmitter that reduces the excitation in the brain. And in migraine, that particular system doesn't work so well. So that's a genetic modification. So we can't reduce the excitation as easily. So once that light hit me and I feel that it is too strong because I'm overstimulated, I can't reduce it, whereas you can. I mean, you don't even know that you're doing it, but your brain is compensating and is reducing the activity so that it doesn't seem too bright for you. But I may jump out the window; it is so high, and so already the people that you talk to who tell you that they don't have prodromes, such as these sensitivities, along with other ones like yawning, is the most common migraine prodrome, which actually literature shows is part of a function, is an autonomic system, part of migraine. So one of my questions, if you don't have yawning before migraine, you don't have migraine because it is part of migraine. Okay. So, but this could be argued by some people. Well, I just had a bunch of coffee and I don't. And so we don't know how much interference there is. But if the people that you talk to have no prodromes ever, they never vomit or have excess urination, even before the migraine starts. They don't have some odd sensations, feeling sort of kind of out of space and out of place. Um, of course, the aura can come in many shapes and forms. The real classic, beautiful, colorful, or just spots and fireworks, or maybe just, Alice in Wonderland where faces get distorted. There are all kinds of different things. You can't talk, you can't comprehend, you forget where you are, you can't suddenly recall the name of a favorite person. So these are all part of migraine. So migraine does not need to have a headache at all. A very large percent of migraines do not have a headache. And so it's not really a headache condition. It is a condition with a headache. Now, the headache itself, which is what everybody associates with it, most people think that a migraine is a big headache. That, oh my God, I have a huge headache, that's a migraine. Actually, migraine, if I now had a migraine, you could not tell. I would be talking to you just like this. I may look green and may have to stop so that I go throw up, but you would not know I had a headache because it's not a strong headache. The headache is actually not the important part of a migraine. The problem with the headache is that it lasts 3 days usually, and it's a nonstop. It's not. It doesn't throb. It doesn't pulse. It doesn't move. It's always only one side. It's never on the top of the head. Never on the back of the head. Never in the neck. It's never in the jaw. It's not in the sinuses. Not in the forehead. It's once. It's not in the eye. Not behind the eye. It's like if I could draw an area of pain, it would be right here. So from the temple to just over the ear on one side, and it would be like somebody hit you with, oh my God, look at those muscles, you see that? And so,
Lift the weight slightly.
yeah, weightlifting. And so it's like somebody put a hammer, slammed the hammer into your head and left it in there. So, and that's like it's not really burning. It's like you literally feel as if there was something left in your head and it's just there and it doesn't move. So you feel that for 3 days, but it's a very slow start. So if somebody says, oh my God, I just suddenly got a headache, that's not a migraine. So migraine will start with a very mild, oh, I'm feeling that something is not right. And then slowly over many hours, usually nearly a whole day that it takes for it to intensify to, on a scale of 1 to 10, 5 to 7. So it never goes past 7. And then it stays at that level for 3 days. And so by the third day, you feel terrible because by then you can't even tell what's what. But so it doesn't throb, it doesn't pulse. A good test to see if you have migraine or not is to bend forward. So you stand and you bend forward. And if you bend forward and if that changes your headache intensity to stronger or lesser, it's not a migraine. Because migraine is not vascular, it's a neurological component. And so it's invariant to blood flow. So it's not a vascular pain. If you have a pain that is in both sides of your head or top or anywhere else, that's not a migraine because migraine is always unilateral, always one side. Now, the migraine can't, like I can have a migraine today on this side and next week over here. It's unusual. Most people have it always on the same side.
Got it.
Okay, so it's always like you can tell. Also, there's some of the side effects. So the most common side effect with migraines, as I noted, is the yawning. I mean, that's like everybody has it. Dizziness is extremely common. Most people have dizziness. Some people have vertigo. And when I'm talking vertigo, I'm talking about the kind of vertigo where you move your head and you vomit. And you literally can't even move your head. You can't stand up or do anything, can't walk, you literally fall over. You are vomiting. Some people literally vomit to the point that they're falling over. They have no strength. You have excess urination, which means that you're going to be urinating for several, maybe 5-10 times an hour before the migraine actually starts. And that's because your body, your kidneys are trying to reset your electrolyte. And so the kidneys will try to give you as much water as possible to concentrate your blood volume and osmolality back into what it should be with higher sodium levels. And so this is where having the sodium handy or salt handy just takes some and it stops it all. And so there are just so many of these kind of symptoms. So it doesn't happen right away. Another symptom, for example, a prodrome, I should say, is that you get totally hyperexcited. Like I have people telling me, oh, wow, yesterday I had so much energy. I cleaned the kitchen at midnight, and, from floor to ceiling. I said, okay, so that was a prodrome because that's not normal. You don't, at 10 p.m. at night, you don't clean the kitchen from floor to ceiling. And another one would be when you become bitchy for no reason whatsoever, or suddenly you start crying for no reason whatsoever, or suddenly starts laughing for no reason whatsoever. So it's a definite neurological misalignment with the environment.